Hi. Hello, hello. Playing against the storm today. As as if, that was not obvious. I'm playing in the Coral Forest, and as you can see, on the cusp of the Adamantine Seal. If I win this game and get a caravan boost, I can go right to it. And if not, I'll just pivot to the titanium seal. It's an easier one. Maybe I'll not fail that one. That'd be pretty nice, and a change in pace. But anyway, uh, yeah, we have a special modifier today. Haunted Forest, dangerous and forbidden glade warnings are disabled. Slightly dangerous, but there are ways around it. Uh, generally you don't want to pop a forbidden glade by accident, that's for sure. But, you can tell which ones are dangerous glades because they're much larger. And I don't think I've ever seen a forbidden glade spawn, like, adjacent to your settlement. So as long as you stick to those, you'll be fine. Anyway, I'm going to start with the beavers and lizards here. 14 tools will turn into 24 tools with the lizards. They have a lot of starting food. There's a lot of good things to say about that. Hopefully I can leverage the tools into like an early dangerous glade solution, and if not, it will be a ton of rep, and that will be nice. Starting with the Forager's Camp, I feel like taking a blueprint is almost always the best choice. It's hard not to. 8's a little light for what I usually like to roll with, which makes me very tempted to split the difference and go food and villagers, but it's probably fine. Got enough early game bonuses not to worry too much. My biggest worry about this game is going to be Prestige 15 because, oh god, do I hate Prestige 15. Mostly for mostly because of Prestige 10 and fewer cornerstone choices. Like, ugh. I am probably guilty with being inflexible with my playstyle and not making good use of the blueprints I get, or not re-rolling enough. But not being able to get the blueprints I want hurts. I want to, like, deep down, I just want to make a beautiful, pretty town that, runs infinitely and is perfect. But, this really isn't the game for that. Anyway, we have some bad forest mysteries today. Muddy ground sucks. It's just people move slower off roads. That makes woodcutting way, way slower. They may not matter during the storm, given that you generally cut woodcutters during that anyway, but either way, bleh. Under an open sky is dangerous if you don't have housing, so I'll need to build a couple of default shelters to make sure I handle the overflow no problem. Especially at Hostility 1, I don't think there's any avoiding this even early. Strange Light sucks a lot. 20% chance of destroying the yield when you produce something. Preventable with services. In fact, both of these bad ones are preventable with services, but boy, are services ever hard to, like, fully get up. Like, boy. That ain't easy, and it is made much harder with the fact that the lizards and the beavers have absolutely no services in common. Like, they may be pickled good buddies, but that's about all they are. So that's going to prove the biggest stumbling block. Is I probably won't be able to get services up, so I'm just gonna have to hope I win before we hit Hostility 7, ideally. Anyway, Coral Forest, that's always a nice, it's always a nice map. The trees drop all sorts of nice stuff. And you have a source of metal just from the trees that can open up a lot of doors. Um, Blueprints. The supplier's pretty good. Honestly, it's very good. The 2-star planks will be excellent. The water skins will also be very good, especially if I can get a ranch. I can start making pickled goods pretty easily. The flour could come in handy depending on the third race. You know, I'm gonna try to lean towards pickled goods, given that I have beavers and lizards, but pies. This opens up pies and biscuits too, so there's just a lot of good things to say about the supplier. No forest mystery needs oil. It's useful, but not critical. So we'll get the critical stuff. Okay. Well, Druid's Hut decided that it didn't like being rejected the first time, but it's in for a rough surprise because I'm taking plantation, because if I find some fertile ground, having 2-star food production is going to be fantastic. And then we end here. I don't think copper's native to the map whatsoever. Yeah. No clay pits that drop copper. Like large stone deposits might drop a little copper, but I don't think we'll be smelting anything this game. We will, however, be getting crystallized dew, so a place to make tools and pipes would be pretty nice. I definitely would have preferred some fabric or brick production that is 2-star. As always, just a workshop is just like the godsend start for me. But, you know, you don't always get what you want. Such is the nature of the game. But anyway, we're gonna start out by building that supplier right away, and we can start getting good planks going, and I'll need to drop down a crude workstation because that's the only way I'm getting bricks and cloth, that's for sure. Anyway, let's start things up. Lizards in the hearth, as they should be. Let's just get all the lizard. Let's just get full woodcutters as usual. I find I need the space early on a lot. And I'll just kind of chop trees until we get an order. Alright, first cornerstone. Neither of these are amazing. Route delivery line can certainly come in handy, though. Nothing wrong with shoring up your early game food, and late game it can turn into pickled goods and ales, so there's a lot going for the route delivery line. I don't think I should turn my nose up at it and re-roll for something more potent. It's good enough. I'm sure it's thrilled for me describing it that way. I usually like to wait on the order until I have at least some things built. I mean, I could build a bunch of shelters right away. I usually don't like doing that. But given that we need houses or people start leaving, it might be more necessary than I'm gonna give it much credit for. Maybe I need 2 builders. Maybe. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna be belligerent, and I'm going to stick to plan. Get enough planks for 2 big shelters, and then drop down a park, which I may as well drop down right now. And then if we have the ability to do quick real estate, we'll be very happy to take that order. But either way, it's best to get a little established before popping the orders, just in case you find a timed one that really needs more preparation than you're given. In my opinion. Could easily be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get these two working, and once we have 6, yeah, yep, okay. That should be plenty. Alright, we have enough to build the shelters, so let's check our objectives. I don't like either of these. Clearing glades is okay, the parts are very helpful. Rich harvest is like good if I plan to have infinity food and sell packs of crops, which is not impossible, but a lot less appealing when I have no humans. So I'll go clearing glades for now. I already have down a forager's camp. Insects are also native to this region, so +1 insects doubles the amount of bugs you get from nodes. That's pretty potent. Camps is also pretty easy to do. I'll want to get these camps down eventually anyway, and the parts are very valuable. I kind of like the forager's camp right now, though. Like, doubling your bug production from gathering nodes is no joke. And it could be done, like, pretty quickly, too. So I might do that. And finally, we have trading post and big delivery. +1 plank production is so nice. I'm tempted to lean on trading post just because it gets me parts and I have no... Well, I mean, I have 3 parts there. I do have extra parts from a quest I did earlier in the canal. Okay, fine. +1 to plank production is fine. We're all fine with that. Okay. We will settle on that. As I mentioned, since we desperately need housing, I'm happy to build some early big shelters, despite the fact that I don't like them on a spiritual level. Let's get down the foragers camp as well. Maybe during the storm when we stop woodcutting. Or, you know, halfway through the storm when we get more people. I'll be able to assign people to it. Maybe we'll even get humans. Who knows? Let's also pop into this glade. I would like to see if there's an event. We do need to work on that at some point in the future. Ooh, hi. Wow, that's a good find. That's a really good find, actually. Wow. Those are good finds. Okay. Nice. We can just make a plantation right here. Once this, you know, tree goes down. Which will happen soon, I imagine. And yeah, we can start making berries. We might actually get a harvest on a year too. That's a rarity. You know, especially for me who plays way too cautiously. Anyway, here we are, year 1 storm. How are we doing? The shelter got down just in time to prevent any, you know, any whining, which is always helpful. The second one should substantially boost our resolve too, because everybody will be housed, and then we'll get the bonus from having a small neighborhood. It'll be lovely, and yeah, we'll just fast forward and go with that. No reason to slow down, given that we're not in danger of anything right now. Food's pretty good for now. Would have liked to have started the more as usual, but, you know. It's probably best I get other things up going faster. Plus the plantation is... Like, the plantation is almost too early. Anyway, halfway through the storm, we're going to get our group of newcomers and see our last race. Alright, we've got foxes this time. Crystallized dew drops from trees, so I can actually build their houses semi-easily. I think I'll get more lizards and a beaver here, just so I don't have to split housing too much. Plus the food will be a nice little boost. Don't mind that one bit. We can bring them in without increasing hostility too much, which is always lovely. In fact, we could run full woodcutters still. Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice indeed. Cool. We will need fabric at some point, but not right now. Maybe once we gather enough reeds and clay, I'll start staffing the crude workstation. But for now, the builders are good, and so are the gatherers. Alright, speaking of stuff, let's forbid vegetable consumption while we're trying to get it for a quest. Or an order. Tomato, tomato. This may not get up in time without prioritizing it and a second builder. It's probably worth a second builder. I tend to overproduce wood anyway, so it's probably fine doing that. I should also give consideration as to where precisely I want to expand to. I have no idea, what the glades have, so ideally I go someplace I don't have to punch into a potentially dangerous glade quickly. So maybe here? Here's pretty good. I don't mind there, but this is like instant also, which has its benefits. There's enough room for another expansion back here too, though behind the warehouse tends to get crowded with industrial buildings. So I usually like to use the space in a slightly different fashion. Maybe, I think my first instinct was correct here. Let's just chop through this. Chop through this, get through it. It'll be fine. Alright. Plantation. I tend to like to put beavers on these because they don't take breaks quite as frequently, but I kind of need them all on wood cutting, in my opinion. So I think we're just going to stick to that. We'll put down a few beaver houses so they're happier. We'll throw a lizard house or two into the mix. And, yeah, that'll get us set up semi-nicely, I guess. That's our next cornerstone. I like Baptism of Fire a lot, even though it's dangerous and questionably useful. Why take a second thought at that, even after you say that? I didn't. It's just how it's going. Interesting choice here. The +1 to fabric will make things a lot more efficient. And I think that's reason enough to take it. Maybe I'll get clothing at some point. I would like that with the beavers anyway, so I'm pretty happy to do that. Man, this is some valuable loot right here. Wildfire Essence end parts, plus Amber, man. That's a lot of trade routes I'll have to do. Definitely starting out with a lot of long-term orders, which can be a little bit... it can be a little bit tricksy. One does not want to sit at your initial blueprints forever, and getting more requires doing an order. So I would prefer it if I wasn't delaying all my orders super duper long. But so still just have to suck it up. Just gonna suck it up, and it's simple as that. Anyway, we'll pop into this small glade. I'll want to anyway, and it's a good chance I'll find another glade event I can do. How many planks are we at? We're at none plank. Yes. that makes perfect sense, given how many beaver houses we've queued up. Well, can't really take him off of plank production, then. Ooh, another cache. I still want to save the tools for this dangerous glade. But, if it doesn't use tools, I'll probably just open up those caches to count as glade events and start going. Alright, Forger's Camp is done. Wonderful. You may now eat vegetables. Congratulations. And we got 2 new people, which are actually going to be very helpful. We can put them on some important work and see what our next blueprint is. Well, I need coats for an order, so it is very, very ill-advised for me to just turn my nose up at the artisan, no matter how much I would like to produce crystallized dew in the best place to produce crystallized dew. So I'm going to click on artisan, and I'm going to be happy about it. Also, this is out of the way enough where I think I'm fine putting down a trading post over here. Doesn't need road access. The traders deliver directly to your warehouse because they're nice like that. So I should clear out this space for lizard houses now that I'm thinking about it. It's a bit of a late glade opening. Normally I want to do this early drizzle or late storm, but it's probably fine. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, that's a nice find. Haunted Small Farm. I can't possibly do this glade event with the scaling global resolve hit, but man, that is a nice looking glade. Wowie, wow. Yeah. Gosh, we can cleanse that with crystallized dew. Friend or foe's a little dangerous, so I need to get up a blight post, now. So, yeah, we'll clear these trees out, put down a blight post there, but this is going to be a huge boon for us. I started with a 2-star foraging camp, so we're going to make good use of all of these vegetables. And we have flour production, so 3-star grain and vegetables are going to be, like, exceptionally good. This is all exceptionally good. Wow. Well, we've got a lot of work to do on these boons we've gotten from the glades, which is a nice feeling. No real need to open any more until we fully exploit those things. You know, until we get the inevitable order where it's like, hey, open more glades. It's timed and it's really good. And I'll be like, why do you do this? But for now, we're very happy. I'm not gonna call this the biggest berry harvest in the universe, but, you know, it's quite a bit of food. I'm pretty happy with it. We found a stone deposit. It means I am a little tempted to start making roads. I do like paved roads, especially when everybody is slowed down with off-road travel during the storm. But I've only got one builder and they're stretched thin already, so I think I'm gonna let things, like, exist before I order up any more stuff. Especially since we need this real bad. What was the downside here? Like, no traders? Oh no, blight corruption grows faster. That's actually a little spooky. That needs to get done before year 3 for sure, or we will have problems. So yeah, Blight Post is a large priority, which means I need bricks. Which means I'm finally going to need somebody to deliver me some bricks. We got shockingly little clay from this reed field, but I guess that happens. I'm going to stick to a low number of materials, like 8. If I'm making these inefficiently, I don't want to make them in bulk. Very simply. More people have arrived. We've got plenty of housing for them. Is it wise to bring in the foxes? They have very low base resolve, especially at the start of a storm. Still, if I cut woodcutters, I could probably manage it. Probably. I think this will be okay-ish. Probably. I guess we'll find out. I definitely need the extra help. Oop! How'd that go up so fast? Yeah, that's fine. 2 woodcutters is a little stinky, but, you know, it's manageable. And that's as much as I need it to be. Alright. We will get these guys working on building materials. Hopefully, they get those bricks done quickly so we can start work on the Glade event. And I will basically have to assign 2 lizards permanently to the Blight Post this year because this is gonna take a lot. And it's gonna spawn a bunch of cysts on year 3, which will be very dangerous. So we need to make sure we have a full tank of purging fire and fully stocked Blight Post ready to go when the storm hits next year. Speaking of things that should be fully stocked, I should put another person on the plantation now that I have something akin to enough labor. Not starving is important. Or so I hear. I could actually spare a beaver for that now. That's probably fine. It's so probably fine, I think I'll actually just do it. Alright. It's a little hard to consider packs of building materials right now, given how much we need to build and how desperate we are for the Blight Post to get up real quick. So, maybe not that quite yet. Wouldn't mind one of those idle foxes being on the warehouse. In fact, I wouldn't mind all of my idle people being on the warehouse to help facilitate building stuff faster. Not sure why I didn't do that earlier. Apart from forgetfulness, I guess. Yeah, this isn't going to be done in time, unfortunately. I'm going to get an impatience hit. That's, like, somewhat spooky, but it's not the end of the world. Alright. Blight Post is being built. Good. Sooner I get a bunch of lizards on the Blight Post and foxes on the caravan, the happier I'll be. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got enough people there. Time to rejigger a few things. We're good on food. Don't need to forage right now. Let's get all of them in the Blight Post. We will get these two in the caravan. Best to use what we have because we're on a bit of a time crunch. So it's also best to have the Purging Fire ready. Mostly because it spawns every 2 minutes, regardless of if the materials are there or not, I think. Maybe not? That might not be the case. I might be crazy. It does say it is a working effect, and they're not technically working on it until they've brought stuff. But I do get the debuff. So maybe I'm misreading it then. Alright. You'd think I'd have known that after, like, I don't know, 60 odd games of this or something. But that's just crazy talk. Alright. Year 3. What do we have? I hate both of these. We're re-rolling. Not my favorites. Spices can go pretty crazy, but I don't have a herb garden. And only beavers eat biscuits. So it doesn't feel like the correct play. Generous gifts can be nice, don't get me wrong. That can get you a ton of useful materials with the newcomers, but I really want something more immediately useful. That ain't it. Like, filling dish is pretty nice when somebody eats porridge, but we don't have any drizzle geysers. I don't see this happening. I don't see me getting any benefit out of it. Nothing drops leather either. I don't want to just take the money. Nothing useful. Tanning racks might be okay. The only source of leather we'll have is a ranch, but that will be a nice big boost to the amount of leather we get, if we do get it, and you know, that will translate into more easily made pickled goods, and that might be worth gambling on. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see what we get. Install 8 range engines. There's no way I make enough pipes for this. No, there's no way I make enough industrial buildings for this either. Like, not in 10 short minutes. I think trailblazing is almost certainly the play here. Everybody eats pickled goods, so +3 to the one food you're making is exceptional. Then we have chest chasers. Open or send 4 abandoned caches. We are sitting on 24 tools and a rock deposit. That might be a lot more doable than I usually give that one credit for. 10 minutes, plus we do have a tool production building. That might not be crazy. Let's drop down a smithy then, and plan on opening caches up. Yeah, I like it a lot. Alright. The training gear delivery line will be exceptional. So will the export specialization. There's so much good to say about that. Big delivery will be my only other source of tools apart from making them. It's going to be a wee bit tight. I will have to find another, I'll have to find another cache, obviously, because I only have 3 on the map. I might need, and I will need tools from another source, but for now it's pretty nice. Boy. Sure would love that herbalist camp, but I don't think I can afford it. We need our stuff very much right now. We'll get more amber when we open up the caches, but for now, don't feel like that's really in the cards for us. Not even in the slightest. The blight post is built, so the crude workstation is no longer like highest of the high priorities. I still need these guys building purging fire because we're in a bad way for that. Yeah, I think this is all I can do right now. I'ma just have to send it. Anyway, let's have a look at what else we got. I do need standing level. Gosh, that's a lot of amber for mere plant fiber. Like, that's a great deal. I'm very happy to take that deal. Packs of provisions are a little expensive, but whatever. What's my standing level order? What level do I need to reach? Standing level 1 with 3 settlements. Okay, that's easy enough. So I think you need 10 to reach that? Yeah, so like if I sell 2 of these, that's 1 step on the order, and I'm very happy to make this trade, because like I said, it's a very good price. So we'll go ahead and send that. And we'll speed things up. Once we get a 6 purging fire sitting in the blight post, I'll reassign some of the lizards to more important work. Hopefully hopefully the caches will be at least somewhat ready to be finished, and I can get the foxes on the caravan. That'll be lovely. We also need to make sure we open up some more glades to find tools. We also should give due consideration to packs of building materials as well, because those might be my only source of emergency tools. Alright. We still need a lot of purging fire, so I might do to leave 2 there. Man, we're on the clock for both of these. Brr. Is it actually smarter to just let this go another year? Like, the impatient points suck. And it will suck a lot when it stacks, but like on year 3, the one thing you do not want is to just, you know, shove 6 extra blight rot onto your village, you know, every 2 minutes. That will get out of hand real fast. It drops 10 on us during the blight storm. So yeah, that's like a lot. That's probably enough to overwhelm the blight fighters, even if I had a full contingent of them. I let this go? I think that's the play. I don't like that play. I don't like that play at all, but I think that's the play. I'm playing a little bit fast and loose with impatience points doing that, but I think that is our best chance not to get anybody killed during this storm. Which, I value that highly. And, you know, I'd hope a few of my citizens would agree with that assessment. You know, ideally. What is the bottleneck here? Planks, bricks, planks, fabric. Just absolute truckload of things that needs to be built. Uh, maybe I need somebody on the workstation. I mean, like, if... Okay, we already have 10 fuel, so this is unnecessary to have this many people here. Let's get you in the workstation. You can make the building materials that were sorely lacking. And we'll call that good. Just gonna fast forward until one of the glades pops open. Glade event completed. That's lovely. We also got Oh Hi Ranch. Yeah, that thing. That thing that I mentioned would make pickled goods really easy to do and that I was banking on getting for the bonus to leather production. Yeah, let's build that thing. That seems really good. Like here's fine. You're not really in, you're not too deep in the work. I don't mind moving you off of that. But yeah, ranch is gonna be an especially good pickup. And yeah, this changes from 4 leather to 6 leather, which is very nice. Uh, hmm. Do we actually primarily make eggs? Like they're used in pickled goods, which is going to be my primary food source. That's weird to feel. No, I need meat too and make the leathers, the water skins as well. Gotta have that. Okay, that's good. Alright. The, in clearance year 3. What do I have here? I would like to keep my 30 oil for upcoming Glade events. I don't have enough bugs to sell for 10, which is unfortunate because that would be very helpful. Guess I could get more here, but I highly doubt I'll be able to get that gathered before clearance ends. Oh well. Okay, we found another cache, which is great. Man. Cache Chasers is going to be tight. Do we have the stones to just break this open? And on that note, is there one that I would rather break open? Yeah, neither of the rewards excite me particularly much. Oil's a little rare, the food's nice, the barrels are good. We'll just break that open with somebody. Sure will, with somebody who I'm sure I can free up. Cool. That leaves us with a mere 2 tools that we need. Where are they going to come from? I mean, like, probably the smithy? I should cut a woodcutter. I need buildings built really badly. I need bricks primarily as well. Ah, but we're using all those rocks. Fudge. Fudge ripples. Well, we can make a brick. We can make 2 bricks. That's not enough for the smithy. Maybe I need to rethink things a little bit. Or, you know, do the thing where I actually put somebody on a useful thing. Put you on the stone cutters. That'll get us enough bricks. Might do to just actually break this open too with rocks. That is not crazy either. Yeah, we only have 5 minutes to, like, get these open. So we're on a time crunch. I don't know if I can actually wait for the smithy to be done. We just need to open these. And that's not that hard. Let's just direct this one to break open this cache. And hopefully... Oh, dang it, that... Alright. Change of plans. You're no longer allowed to use stone for bricks. Is there any place else that would have nabbed some stone that I'm forgetting? Probably not. Alright. Send that to the caravan, I guess. Oop, hi. What did we find here? Coal vein. I probably should have, like, not burst into that while I was looking for caches, given that I found one. But, you know, oops. That's my feeling on the matter. It's a whoopsie doodle on my part. The whoopsie doodles happen. I need you to go a lot faster. Wouldn't mind restoring my woodcutters either. And you, I need 6 rocks. So once this has 6, I will force a delivery. You're both on a tea break. Well, fine. There we go, 6 rocks. Force a delivery, get like 2 people on this so that it opens up as fast as humanly possible. And there's the put people on blight post, you maniac sound. So let's do that. And let's tone down how much purging fire we need as well. As long as this guy is not building, the 2 of them will go towards the nearest blight rot cyst and prepare to destroy it, which is very helpful. And we can't use planks if we're dead, so you get to go on the blight post as well. Words to live by. Can't use planks if you're dead. Alright, caches are being opened. This one is complete, and they're just delivering it. Excellent. I can put that lizard back to building. And these 3, hopefully... Yep, you're waiting for assist. You are going to the cysts. Good. They're either in position or nearly there. That is what we like to see. Don't like to see this low level of resolve, though. I need a fox house built quite quickly. Hey, chest chaser complete. Yes. Training gear delivery line is gonna be amazing. So the plus to export, and the tools I'm sure will come in handy. Very happy to see that. All right. That most certainly takes a lot of pressure off me. You're fetching goods, you're taking a break. Alright, cool. I could start cleansing this if I really wanted to. I have enough fuel for all of the cysts, and I do not believe new cysts will open up during the storm, though that's also something I shouldn't be very eager to bank on, so maybe not. Anyway, let's get these beavers working on useful stuff. You can make bricks out of rocks again. You can have fewer people. I will favor the foxes until one of the houses are built. Hopefully that will get me through it without having to sacrifice wood or anything like that. Oh my goodness, my sinuses. Disgusting. Dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Beavers are starting to get persnickety, but this house is practically done, and that should net me another 1 or 2 resolve. Hopefully 2, because that's what I need. Yeah, there we go. Foxes are very happy. The lizards are a little bit persnickety right now, too. I might want to prioritize building the lizard house over the smithy now. How are we doing on the blight? We're done! We're done with the blight. Excellent. Granted, it's going to be very hard to move the lizards out of the blight post, given that that's where almost all of their resolve is coming from. So there's that. Let's get this going, then. Let's get a cleansing. With any luck, they'll be able to deliver the fire and the crystallized dew and get that done before we take another unnecessary hit of impatience. And surely we will have at least any luck. I'm worried about the lizard leaving now. I mean, I can just cut woodcutters again. It's not the end of the world. Again, this is one reason I overproduce wood, is for this eventuality, where I'm like, oh god, I can't really afford to run woodcutters during the storm anymore. I hope we have enough to keep the fire lit. And we usually do. Anywho. We have plenty of resolve to get to the drizzle, and here we are. Lovely. That's a storm successfully lived through. Huzzah. Let us get the beavers back on wood cutting. That's 6 out of 6, so that's good. One's on the supplier, that's where I want him to be. This cache is open, you're just delivering stuff. I would very much enjoy getting this haunted farm complete this year. And if I'm going to do it this year, I'm going to need to do it now while the resolve will not kill us. Can I afford to take a fox off of this? Yes. Does delay it quite a bit, but it will not get another tick of impatience unless the fox somehow dies, which is very unlikely. So let's start cleansing this. This is why I like starting with oil. Can solve a lot of glade events for you. Zorg is here. He's got some interesting stuff, honestly. The greenhouse is very nice in general, though, like, the haunted small farm kind of changes the calculation on that. Normally I'm like, oh, a greenhouse, constant food, that's amazing. But it's not quite as good when your plan is to have an absurd amount of grain and vegetables, feed it to ranch animals, and turn eggs and meat and leather into pickled goods. Mushrooms and herbs don't really factor into that at all. I mean, the only reason I would want that is like the herbs could make biscuits and you can use mushrooms in skewers, but I'm pretty sure you can use other things in skewers too. Let's check the recipe book. Let's just do that. Show all skewers. Yeah. Yeah, mushrooms or meat, and I already produce meat, so that's not a big deal. And this is vegetables or berries, both of which I produce. Like, there's really no food stuff that I absolutely need this for. We can make berries into the biscuits, we have plenty of those. Like, there's no reason I need the greenhouse at all, as much as I love it. And I think we just say we're good. I don't plan on producing ale if I can help it. If I'm going to produce a service good, I want to produce training gear and wine, because that doubles up on everything. Porridge is not, like, crazy to take, but it's also not very good. Woodcutters moving faster does make them rather substantially more efficient. It's probably worth clicking on this button when it comes down to it. Alright. See what else we get. These are kind of butts. Firelink control is just okay. Like, I don't like hostility fluctuating on how much incense you happen to have at the time. And only lizards have religion needs, so, like, you know, at most this is minus 30 hostility, which is not nothing, but I think I'd rather have rebellious spirit here. Right now it'll give us plus 2 global resolve, which is nothing to sneeze at. And given that this is Prestige 15, we'll probably be sitting at fairly high impatience for the entire game. So that's easy to make use of. What do we have here? Good friends. Reach standing level 2 or profitable trade. Do high profit trade routes. I do like better plank production and coats. Tools would be useful, but this is a lot to dedicate to getting extra tools that I can just eventually start making myself. So don't feel the need for that. Moss Grove. This is 5 every minute. I could do this later, very easily in fact. I could also just do the berries right now. But I'm already level 1 with Stormhaven, so I don't feel the need to, and that's like, I mean, this is an okay price, but not one I will spend my somewhat limited food on. Additional blight cysts have appeared. Yep. Oof, 6? Right. No, we knew that. Ah. That's... we can cut that down substantially if we pull woodcutters. I think it would only take 2 as well. That may not be the worst idea. So instead of putting him there, we'll knock it down to 414, but that means we'll still get another one. I really need another fox in there, don't I? Ah. That will prevent a good 4 blight rot from dropping on the settlement, so that's almost certainly worth it. Alright. We'll do it. Don't like it, but we'll do it. I'm hoping I get a nice woodcutting cornerstone at some point. I like the coral forest and all, but I do tend to not have enough fuel to burn when I'm in here. Maybe that's reason enough to build a coal mine over here. Maybe. We're sitting at 30 training gear. This will get me another standing level, which helps a quest. I'm very happy to do that. More blight. Let's increase the upper limit there. We are going to be getting another set of 4 before we're through, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to get that under the wire, and that'll be lovely. Another hit to global resolve. I don't think anybody will leave before this farm is finished, but it is tighter than I prefer. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Okay. Glade event complete. We'll put a fox there to save literally 2 seconds. And, yeah. Just have to make sure nobody leaves for the next 18 seconds, and that should be done and dusted. Okay. There we go. Hollowed small farm. What an amazing find this is. This is going to be... This is just going to be fantastically productive. I'm going to love the crap out of it. We'll get that cut down. We can put our woodcutters back on. Maybe swap you out, honestly. Get you on the plantation so it's slightly more efficient. You can go collect stone, which is very needed. You can be in the supplier, which is also very needed. And 2 builders. We've got enough fuel for all the cysts. I just will have to remember that I definitely want to fully stock the blight post when the storm hits. Hi. Normally this is an easy spread over here, but like 2 beavers on the hollowed farm would actually make it really nice and efficient. Might be worth it. Ooh, look at all this extra labor. It's nice to see. We can start making coats, in fact. That's pretty snazzy. It's pretty snazzerific. Get a lizard working on that. And oh my gosh, we have tools! And not just because I'm here. We have tools. We don't need to build any right now. I mean, like, it'd be nice to have 24, but I don't think there's any really good reason to do that yet. So, I won't. Yeah. I'ma just let things build. Ooh, I also need to do one of my favorite decorating things. let's put a cute fence around our farm. That'll be a ton of comfort, which can level up the hearth eventually. Right now we need a service building to level it up fully, but we're well on our way doing that. Oh, it takes a plank to move that. I don't have any spare planks. My gosh. Bet you that we have plenty in storage. Just need to get that delivered. There we go. Someone has delivered it. I will immediately spend that to put the farm here or here. Here's probably best. It's basically right next to the road. It's fine. It's fine and good. We'll put beavers on there when the storm hits so they can get to plowing the fields. The ranch now exists. Lovely. Put a lizard on that, and now we can activate water skins. So with meat and leather, we can collect water skins, and now that leaves us with where the heck do we make pickled goods? And I guess it's gonna have to be a field kitchen for now. I'd rather have them than not. We need another person on the blight post also. You two can get off the foragers camp, and then get on the blight post, you on the foragers camp. We can put you on the farm to get a little bit of plowing done, and the last person can stay a builder for the moment. For just the moment. Could also use more specialized housing. Got plenty of space in the overflow, but I would definitely rather them be in houses that make them extra happy. If I can manage. Gosh, I'd like to sneak it in right there, but I can also sneak it in right here. That looks fine. Anyway, we're probably gonna have to cut woodcutters at hostility level 3, but maybe they'll surprise me. That is not surprising me. Alright, level 2's fine. Blight post is fully staffed. We should be able to get plenty of that down. And honestly, I'm kind of happy we've got all this blight chucked on us because of Baptism of Fire. That should get us a nice, another minus 30, which will be lovely. Can I sell anything worth 9? That I'm willing to give up more specifically. Moss Grove is done, Stormhaven's done. Beaverbrook wants oil, which I am not keen on giving up, especially since it won't complete the task. So, really no good trade routes. It's a shame. It's rare to see Carpenter completely superfluous. Normally I never pick Grill because the second you get Zorg's secret ingredients, you never make skewers again. Pardon me, I need to blow my nose. Blah. It is, however, year 4. I'm gonna sit on the blueprints. I'm not going to get skewer production up anytime soon. And if I happen to get Zorgs for my cornerstone, I'll be happy to re-roll that. I think. blight under control? Seems like it. It's hovering around half, but I think we've got it under control. I keep losing hostility, which is delicious. Can run more woodcutters again. God, that's nice. I would love to find a geyser somewhere so I could, like, actually get into some rainpunk stuff. I'd also love to get packs of building materials made. Only problem is we're just perpetually out of planks. Mostly because we're perpetually out of wood. Which sucks. I guess I can blame the blight post on that. It is sucking up a massive amount of lumber. Alright. Year 5. Very hard to not take reinforced axes here, given the aforementioned I really could use more wood problem. I'll get you on the farm, get you on the farm. That'll be great. I guess that'll also just do in general, huh? Sothra's arrived. Ooh. I do love me the clearance totem. That gives my people a lot more time to harvest our planted fields, which they can definitely use. Is there anything I can sell? I could sell the ale, but that's not gonna get us anywhere close to where we need to be with it. Sell the tools? Ew, I hate that. I hate that a lot. Maybe it's okay though. I mean, it's basically just for reputation and amber, and we can build more of them. It's probably worth it. Apothecary might also be worth it. I do love that building, but I think ensuring that all of our many farms get a full harvest is worthwhile. So we didn't get Zorgs, so the girl has suddenly become a lot more viable, and we will drop it down here, I guess? Yeah. Good enough spot for it. You move over here so I can shift all this stuff around. Over here seems fine. I'm not gonna complain about this placement much. Ugh. There's no possible way I'm set up to do the last order, so why bother opening it, is my feeling on that. Beaverbrook? I need more meat to get that done. Fox Glen could be done. If I had the provisions, which I don't. Okay, well, there are issues. We can very easily turn berries into packs of provisions, and I would still wish to turn planks into building materials, of which we still need a goodly amount that I haven't worked on even slightly this entire time. So that's something I should look into. Need all these. Need these guys there. Not a lot of places I can pull people from. I guess you're literally doing nothing here because we have no wood. Maybe that's fine then. Maybe I should be okay with pulling the guy that's doing nothing. I would also love to get up some roads. At the very least, I want to circle the hearth and warehouse, because people go to the warehouse to drop off goods and they go to the hearth to rest. So getting them to traffic through that area faster is just a good plan. We're out of parts, aren't we? Yeah. That's why this never got built. It's because I never got parts. Because we haven't done pretty much any order whatsoever. That does slow you down. You need to move to where there are trees. You need to move to where there are reeds. Let's get a road over here as well, so that muddy ground doesn't make gathering things there extraordinarily painful. I only need it to be a little bit painful. Hey, need for clothing is done. Huzzah! I will quite enjoy the bonus to fabric production, I suspect. Then do I have enough for this? Sort of. No, not really. It needs to be worth 10. And I don't think I can get there with the amount of provisions I have. So that's pretty much that, unless I do this. This is probably fine. Yeah, that works towards 2 different orders at once. Let's do that thing. You're complaining because we have no fabric, which is fair. But a ton of it is getting delivered, so it solves itself eventually. You know I want more. Given our distressing wood situation, it would not be crazy to get 3 extra beavers to get wood cutting going even more. That is quite a few extra people, which means quite a bit of extra hostility, but maybe it's just fine. What if it's fine and I don't have to worry about it? Did you ever consider that? You get on the workstation, you on the warehouse. And just like that, all my labor is gone again. Off. 9 vegetables and grain from this place. That's gonna be fantastic. I definitely want to feed the vegetables and grain to the beasts to get the meat and the leather, to get the pickled goods. Then you make the pickled goods out of whatever it is we have. Basically, I just want infinity pickled goods made. We can pull some off the stone cutting, put them in the field kitchen. Faster we make pickled goods, the better. Certainly love a building that does it better, but, you know, I'd also love a cookie right now, and I don't have that either. What am I being offered here? Forum literally only the beavers care about, but it might just be a case of it's a service building and you can upgrade the hearth with it. Instead of, but I want the optimal thing. That may be the case, but guess what you're not getting? Is it the optimal thing? Oh, that's right, it is not the optimal thing. Good job. Oh, you're such a smart Smart, nasally child voice. I am getting water, though, if you don't mind. It's fine. We're gonna take a trip to the tap and get tap water. Woo! Oh man. Oh man. Oh, trip to the tap. That's so fun. God, Chris, your content's amazing. Ugh. Oh hey, we built the building materials we need. Excellent. That'll get us the parts that we're desperately in need of. Better plank production, which we're also kind of desperately in need of. Whew, and extra people, which we're not like in desperate need of, but is still certainly nice to have. This gives me enough parts to make another woodcutter, which I think I'm going to do right now. Fill that up with the extra beavers we just got, and yeah, call it good. We're at the point where I definitely need to clear space for my next expansion too. It's gonna be right here, I think. So we definitely want this cut out. So let's get the woodcutters to work on that. I don't know if I am suddenly German. What interesting buildings. All of our all of our fertile soil has food production on it. The butcher's very nice for jerky and oil, don't get me wrong. I might sit on that. We'll see if we find some more fertile ground. Getting a crystallized dew farm will be pretty great, although we have 57 we're not using. Holy cow. How did this happen? How are things going this well? I'm not used to that. What a strange and magnificent happening. Yeah, we've kind of overloaded our initial hearth here. Ew, now we've got strange lights. Definitely want to keep below 4 if I can help it. Once again, I weirdly find myself hoping I get blight rot cysts, so we can reduce a little bit of hostility again. Very strange feeling that. Can we make a good trade here? Foxglen wants bricks. We can afford it, but I'm not sure I wish to afford that. This will get us there for literally all of our raids. Maybe? It does complete an order. It's probably worth it if it completes an order. On that note, this is also probably worth it if we get the provision packs we need in time. What's your problem? How did we get this many bricks? That's weird. Huh. Well, it's late in the game enough that I think it's time to raise the caps on these. Feels like we're just going to be stuck with a crude workstation for the rest of the game. Maybe I'll find something nice later, but kind of need to focus on other stuff, unfortunately. Not much in this small glade. Happy to have broke it for the space, but that's just some Those are some pretty lackluster rewards, gotta say. I mean, with a ranch, jerky and oil are very easy to make. Would not be crazy. We do get crystallized dew from the trees. We do have a ton of tools already, so maybe this is fine. It's an okay pick. Apothecary's here. Gets us incense and tea very easily. Clothier produces better coats, but only the beavers use them, so I'm not that interested in optimizing those. I would be interested in making sure we have enough to clothe everybody, though. That seems like a good goal to reach, having everybody clothed. That's all good, I think. Yeah. We just get back to fast forwarding. Alright. I also want to consider the Blasphemous Altar. Because we're at the point where we get 3 super duper good cornerstones from it. And I would like that. I think we can safely sit just below level 4 and not lose people. Yeah. Everyone's pretty okay right now. That's good. Gosh, let's up this to 15 actually. It's probably worth opening now. Let's see what we need. Citadel goods. We do have the ability to make trade goods. What do I value more though? 10 parts is a lot. And we don't have any way of getting more. Maybe this is good. Mushrooms aren't native to this region, so +1 to mushrooms is pretty meh, especially since I passed up on a greenhouse. Let's just do goods for the Citadel. It's fine. We'll love it, probably. I mean, we could pretty easily put water skins into these packs and make enough. Just that way. I definitely want to keep at least 14 pipes around. So I guess a beaver's going in the smithy then. What do you know? Forum is built, that's lovely. Now we just need to decorate a bit. My favorite part. We'll put up some nice, like, gardens and foliage next to the ranch so that, you know, our beasts can look at them and be like, oh, that's really nice before, you know, we butcher them. That sounds lovely. Then we'll put, like, I don't know, what would make the forum pretty? What indeed. Also, I may as well put beavers on it to get the bonus crit for the moment. Lizard resolve is low. I am not worried about that. Could do my archway thing, but it's slightly off-center. Who wants that? Who wants a slightly off-center archway? No one does. What if we did like an imperial thing where it's like, here we have, you know, the eternal flames of knowledge protected by the umbrellas of not being damp. Perfect. Then I need one more aesthetic. Maybe just a lamp here. Light up the garden. It's not crazy. One could even suggest it looks pretty okay. Did I put a lizard on woodcutting by accident? I don't know. Not sure how I'm getting all of this, like... I'm not sure where I'm getting this hostility drop. I love it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. Hey, that's done. Good. Spare lizard anywhere? Yeah, the main warehouse is just for making things slightly more productive. No need to go crazy on that. You guys should be chopping up this section for sure. And chop into that. All that needs to go. It all has to go. We're having a forest clearance sale. It's a humor. Humor. Technically humor. Anyway, we'll put down enough, queue up enough beaver houses for everybody. And one more lizard house should suffice for our lizards. Except that we just got newcomers, so I'm gonna have to build more. Going to experience some homelessness soon, if I'm not careful. Ooh, the ability to make parts. That certainly opens up a lot of stuff. So I'm pretty happy to click that button. Man, that is one productive smithy. Do also find it amusing you can make parts out of rock. But anyway, make sure we always have 5 parts kicking around. That'll be great. Kind of want as few people as possible now. We're getting to that point where I'm a little worried about hostility going out of control. Sure would love to fill out that space, which means I sure would love to get more people in that foragers camp, as it turns out. Smithy form doesn't need to be filled, but I would like it to be filled. More than I would like it to not be filled, at least. Have an eclectic mix of people in there, and our builder is gonna be you! I've discreed it. Congratulations. I'm sure you worked very hard for that. Still need a trade route worth at least 9, and that does it. Cool. Easy, in fact. We can just sell these because I built them by accident, and hey, turning that into amber sounds great. And Sir Renwald is here. Hello. Temple, you say? Lower hostility by sacrificing stuff, you say? I do like the thought of that, and another blueprint. I do like that a lot. I'd also love to buy the Viceroy's survival guide from you, but I do not think that's going to happen unless I sell off a ton of training gear, which is kind of tempting right now, if I'm being real. We're not using it. We don't have any place that could use brawling. So it's kind of just, why not? Yeah, it's kind of just, why not? We sold the rest of these and say a bit of something else. Sell wood in the form of purging fire. It's not like crazy, but we are kind of, we're not hurting on wood, but we're not exactly flush with it either. Yeah, it's fine. The bonus to production will be excellent, and I definitely want to do trailblazing soon, since we are now making pickled goods in earnest. And in town. Ah, it's funny. Good one, Chris. Oh, you're so hilarious. Uh, yeah, this all seems good. Very good chance one of these is a Forbidden Glade, which might be fine. Could probably handle a Forbidden Glade at this point in the game. Would be a little dicey, but probably not game ending. There's also no reason to risk it whatsoever, but what if I just did? More fertile ground? I love more fertile ground. Is that all of our rocks? Oh shoot. No, there's one more rock. Thank goodness. We also found a rain punk drill, which could spawn copper. I don't have a way to make copper, do I? I do. It's terrible, but it exists. That can't possibly be worth doing. Let's just bash it open and get some tools and pipes. Oh, and here's some more fertile ground I wish I could put crystallized dew production on. What do you know? Maybe I pop these two glades. They are adjacent to the hearth, so there's, I'm pretty sure, no way they're going to be forbidden. Again, not the dumbest idea. More space behind the warehouse is also just fine. Gets us towards that glade opening order. Alright, what do we find? A termite burrow? We have the tools for it. If we had a greenhouse, insect traps would go really hard, but we don't. So I think just taming them is fine. I think it's more than fine. I think it's good. Constant source of bugs will be very handy. Is there a fox that's not doing anything super important? Yes, there is. I found you. Huzzah! It's more efficient metal-wise to use pipes, but I don't want to wait around for 30 pipes to be built when I have the tools to get this done immediately. That's just silly. I also love this to build this small farm here. That's a lot of fertile ground. That's a lot. Ooh, also we could send these guys to the Citadel for money, but we also have a lot of people doing a lot of things, and I would like to have some of those things get done before we do that. Maybe we can pop this glade open, finish off trailblazing. I certainly want to finish off trailblazing soon, given that it improves my food production by like 33% or something. I don't know. It's okay. Yes. Year 6 has arrived. We have enough fuel in reserve for the blight, so that's fine. And I guess that's it. Maybe I should cut a woodcutter. I do kind of really need a builder. Yeah, why not? Hmm. Yeah. Once I hear thunder clapping, I'll be very eager to get people back on the blight post. Is this worth it? Don't need it for an order. So probably not. It's a good price for insects, though. Maybe I'm okay with that, especially given that I'm about to have infinity insects. Yeah, definitely something to say about that. If we're capped on building materials there, then one of you should definitely be a builder. Production is very important. More plant fiber will help me stay flush in cloth. I need to turn off trade good packs, now that I think about it. Cool. And water skins for that, but we want that done. PDQ. Ooh. Man, that's such a good reward. Holy cow. Man, that could be worth. But so could having some measure of water. And I kind of prefer fixing it anyway, so we'll do that. That is something we shall do. And we'll be happy about it. This is me being happy about it. May not look like it, but I am. Oh hey, this is done. That's why you had an exclamation mark on you. Well, that's great. You just go in the middle of all this. There is no universe where this farm gets fully utilized. Like, none at all. There's no way two people can sow 22 fields. Like, it might actually do to also put a plantation down there if I really want to make use of all of that. There's absolutely no need to. Let's be clear about that, though. We have plenty of food, and we're in a very good spot to just win through resolve pretty easily. Might need a second beanery, though. Pickle goods are climbing up pretty fast, actually. Maybe it's unnecessary. What is necessary is definitely popping this open, though. Harvester's camp has run out. Well, isn't it fortuitous we just found a whole bunch more reeds over here, then? This will get done in plenty of time. Ooh, 5 coal right there? Oh, that has to be worth a mine. That has to be worth a mine, especially given how many woodcutters I stopped from working during the storm. Forester's hut would be pretty nice too. That would get us an absolute truckload of crystallized dew, which gives us a truckload of tools, which I could turn into a little bit of reputation. Cellar would be great too. Let's just get someone rebuilding the cellar and they'll get it done eventually. Same with the tea house. We're going to rebuild all of this. Especially given that we have the Crown Chronicles as a building. How are we doing over here? Just no one's living here is the reason the hearth hasn't upgraded. Fair. There we go. Upgraded. And another reputation point. Here's our last thing. +3 global resolve or +1 global resolve is basically the difference between these. So, hey, I think I know what's best for me. Let's get the +3 global resolve instead of the +1 global resolve. I know I could farm more from trade routes with the guild house, but I don't want to. what do you know? Alright, reputation is soaring, which is great. If I made some biscuits, I would have very happy beavers. And I do have the ability to make biscuits, so maybe I just, like, do that. Maybe I should do the thing. Use berries and flour, that's all good. All good and lovely. How are we doing on our tool production over here? We have an absolute truckload of them, they just need delivering. Good. Also use planks, they're more efficient, and we need to be efficient with our wood because we're constantly running low on it. Although my placement of these guys is not helping the situation. Hey, there's those herbs I mentioned, that would be nice. Hey, there's just clearance guys are over here. Boy, I wish my brain had, like, gotten to my eyeballs in time to notice that before I'm like, oh, well, I really need the clearance water from this glade event. Better do that real quick. That's essential, that. Essential. I mean, this is basically a pre-made hearth location up here. I think once we clear out that cache, I'll be very happy to put a third hearth over here. Cut out the area around it. It'll be lovely. Should consider a warehouse over here, though. This is a long trip for my farmers, and it's clear we're going to leave a lot sitting out in the middle of nowhere if we keep this up. Also, they're choosing to use the dirt road instead of the paved road for reasons. Hi, kitty. That's my water, not your water. Oh, is it lap time? Is it that urgent? Hi. Who's a good kitty? It's you. Alright. That looks good. An extra fox. Go ahead and rebuild the forester's hut. We'll even give you some farm fields to work on it. I mean, I could just make it over here, but like, what am I using this dew for? I have a rather excessive amount just from the trees. Do I need the forester's hut? Probably not. This is probably incredibly excessive when it comes down to it. But oh well. Who says I'm not allowed to be a little excessive sometimes? I'll tell you who, your mother. You never listen to, you heartless bastard. Man, you have to go so personal on it. It's kind of rude, honestly. Alright, we have to get below 7 hostility before we enter the storm. Like, very important that we do. Very, very important. Of course, that's just a matter of, you know, cutting woodcutters. So it's not like it's a big panicky thing. Still, it's nice to remind myself that, hey, don't forget the very important thing that you need to do for jerseys. And just bap that in my brain a bunch. Are you trying to murder your dangly toy, kitty? I think you are. Yeah. Oh, nope. Apparently it's lap time now that I have invoked your name. Except the kitty's not your name, it's Sandy. You're a cute kitty. Oh, yeah. What are you looking at me for with those big adorable eyes? Is it food time that urgently? Can't possibly be. It's like an hour away from food time. But what if food time now? No, no. It's not food time now. Production is very important. More plant fiber will help me stay flush in cloth. I need to turn off trade good packs. Now that I think about it. Cool. And water skins for that, but we want that done. PDQ. Ooh. Man, that's such a good reward. Holy cow. Man, that could be worth. But so could having some measure of water. And I kind of prefer fixing it anyway, so we'll do that. That is something we shall do. And we'll be happy about it. This is me being happy about it. May not look like it, but I am. Oh hey, this is done. That's why you had an exclamation mark on you. Well, that's great. You just go in the middle of all this. There is no universe where this farm gets fully utilized. Like, none at all. There's no way two people can sow 22 fields. Like, it might actually do to also put a plantation down there if I really want to make use of all of that. There's absolutely no need to. Let's be clear about that, though. We have plenty of food, and we're in a very good spot to just win through resolve pretty easily. Might need a second beanery, though. Pickle goods are climbing up pretty fast, actually. Maybe it's unnecessary. What is necessary is definitely popping this open, though. Harvester's camp has run out. Well, isn't it fortuitous we just found a whole bunch more reeds over here, then? This will get done in plenty of time. Ooh, 5 coal right there? Oh, that has to be worth a mine. That has to be worth a mine, especially given how many woodcutters I stopped from working during the storm. Forester's hut would be pretty nice too. That would get us an absolute truckload of crystallized dew, which gives us a truckload of tools, which I could turn into a little bit of reputation. Cellar would be great too. Let's just get someone rebuilding the cellar and they'll get it done eventually. Same with the tea house. We're going to rebuild all of this. Especially given that we have the Crown Chronicles as a building. How are we doing over here? Just no one's living here is the reason the hearth hasn't upgraded. Fair. There we go. Upgraded. And another reputation point. Here's our last thing. +3 global resolve or +1 global resolve is basically the difference between these. So, hey, I think I know what's best for me. Let's get the +3 global resolve instead of the +1 global resolve. I know I could farm more from trade routes with the guild house, but I don't want to. What do you know? Alright, reputation is soaring, which is great. Uh, hmm. If I made some biscuits, I would have very happy beavers. And I do have the ability to make biscuits, so maybe I just, like, do that. Maybe I should do the thing. Use berries and flour, that's all good. All good and lovely. How are we doing on our tool production over here? We have an absolute truckload of them, they just need delivering. Good. Also use planks, they're more efficient, and we need to be efficient with our wood because we're constantly running low on it. Although my placement of these guys is not helping the situation. Hey, there's those herbs I mentioned, that would be nice. Hey, there's just clearance guys are over here. Boy, I wish my brain had, like, gotten to my eyeballs in time to notice that before I'm like, oh, well, I really need the clearance water from this glade event. Better do that real quick. That's essential, that. Essential. I mean, this is basically a pre-made hearth location up here. I think once we clear out that cache, I'll be very happy to put a third hearth over here. Cut out the area around it. It'll be lovely. Should consider a warehouse over here, though. This is a long trip for my farmers, and it's clear we're going to leave a lot sitting out in the middle of nowhere if we keep this up. Also, they're choosing to use the dirt road instead of the paved road for reasons. Hi, kitty. That's my water, not your water. Oh, is it lap time? Is it that urgent? Hi. Who's a good kitty? It's you. Alright. That looks good. An extra fox. Go ahead and rebuild the forester's hut. We'll even give you some farm fields to work on it. I mean, I could just make it over here, but like, what am I using this dew for? I have a rather excessive amount just from the trees. Do I need the forester's hut? Probably not. This is probably incredibly excessive when it comes down to it. But oh well. Who says I'm not allowed to be a little excessive sometimes? I'll tell you who, your mother. You never listen to, you heartless bastard. Man, you don't have to go so all personal on it. It's kind of rude, honestly. Alright, we have to get below 7 hostility before we enter the storm. Like, very important that we do. Very, very important. Of course, that's just a matter of, you know, cutting woodcutters. So it's not like it's a big panicky thing. Still, it's nice to remind myself that, hey, don't forget the very important thing that you need to do for jerseys. And just bap that in my brain a bunch. Are you trying to murder your dangly toy, kitty? I think you are. Yeah. Oh, nope. Apparently it's lap time now that I have invoked your name. Except the kitty's not your name, it's Sandy. You're a cute kitty. Oh. What are you looking at me for with those big adorable eyes? Is it food time that urgently? Can't possibly be. It's like an hour away from food time.
But what if food time now?
No, no. It's not food time now.